community program. So with that, we are going to close, and Carlene is going to make sure that we disperse.
Real quick, Hulk brought up a really, really important factor here, and he consistently anchors me in that. Let's all, whoever you believe in, your higher power, let's bow our heads and let's say thank you to God. And standing in solidarity with Portland and every other city that's going through an occupation right now. And I want to make sure if you feel uncomfortable about leaving this area by yourself, I'll stand here for about 15 minutes with my brothers and sisters, and if you need support because you feel unsafe, this is one community, nobody gets left behind. Who's got us? Who's got us? Who's got us? We got us. 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 That's what I thought. What we want to do is we want to make sure so we don't leave nobody behind. We don't march our asses out of here because we see the police escalating and we know what time it is when we leave a couple folks behind. We want to make sure we clear this area because when we press on and we're demanding the commissioner resign, we need to make sure they see how organized and strategized we are because we're not leaving this on his own. Please, we're going to turn back around and go north, opposite direction. We got bikes over there on the other end. Our bikers and our folks are right there trying to make sure that we're going to be going in the right direction. Nobody left behind, everybody. If you feel unsafe and you need to make sure you're getting home, come holler at me. We love you. We want you to keep showing up. And please connect with the organizers, y'all. We thank you. Make some fucking noise, people.
Fuck the PBA!
We're headed in that direction, y'all.
Fuck Patrick Lynch!
Follow the crowd, we're all gonna go together.
We gonna hang
and
Patrick
drinks
Lynch!
together. Remember what I said. Staying organized and creating that structure and educating one another is how we're gonna make and move as a unit and make change. And just for a quote for all of you on your way on out, Malcolm X. Once you change your philosophy, you change your thought pattern. Once you change your thought pattern, you change your attitude. Once you change your attitude, it changes your behavior pattern. And then you go on into some action. Put that within each and every single one of you. We're going to move together as a unit, right in that direction. I love y'all, family. Stay together, stay together. Stay vigilant. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all.
That's the end of the action. The police were fortifying their police precinct behind us there. Clearly they were worried that we were going there. It was a peaceful die-in here in the street, here in Chinatown, and the point was made that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'm just going to keep the live stream going for a bit of the music and the solidarity post. There still are hundreds of police behind us, so I'm sure I think they're just going to be staying in there, and people are just banding this way, walking back up the street. Thanks everybody that's been watching this. Thanks everybody that's been sharing this out. Thank you, sir. There have been people handing out masks and hand sanitizer in the street. And thank you again, sister. That was just like you, president. I'm gonna vote for you like right now.
Immediately.
Can you just tell us your name again for everybody that's watching?
Chelsea Miller, Rita Martin.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thanks, Chelsea. Chelsea's been laying it down here in the streets. She's been doing lots of these marches. And I just said to her I want to vote for her president right now. Because it's like, you know, what is so hard to get about a society that is fair and equitable for all, where people don't feel threatened by the police, where people take care of each other. and work again.
Hey, hey!
we're heading north on. Heading north out of Chinatown, through Chinatown, still in Chinatown. Esther Street, Broadway. Heading north.
Let's try and get that car to get out through here. Make some room for the car.
Let this car through, right? Let the car through. Please go slowly. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Guys, turn up there. If you're a bike, go up there, please. Where are we going?
Bikes have our safety. They block the roads off for us. They keep people from ramming us.
Guys, we're just playing into the park.
Into the park.
Into the park right here. Into the park right here.
From getting from point A to point B safely without the damn police.
Our city! 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 Our street! Our street!
it might seem like there's a whole lot of marching. It might seem like there's a whole lot of rallies, a whole lot of protests, a whole lot of activity in the streets. But today I just shared a performance from Nina Simone from 1965, Mississippi Goddamn, and it's the same issues 55 years ago that she was singing about. So, wondering why we're still out in the streets asking for this stuff, why Black Lives Matter is an issue now. It hasn't ever not been an issue ever since the first slaves were brought here, and it's only now that we're becoming more enlightened as to the histories, the buried histories, the distorted histories, the lies that we've been taught, and the injustices that still exist. Breonna Taylor for George Floyd, for all the Breonna Taylors and all the George Floyds, Nina Pop, Sandra Bland, Amadou Diallo, Ahmaud Arbery. Take care, everybody, and for a better tomorrow. Remove Trump.
I got a soda, guys, so I'm gonna take the strain down. One, because I'm on 4% even though I'm charging. Two, my feet hurt and I want to sit down. Because
What is up, everybody? I'm looking for a new feed. I'll pull something up in a second. I bet for some of you, hearing my voice and seeing me up in the corner is probably blowing your mind. I've been getting a lot of hate lately on videos where I'm not even the cameraman. Yeah, you like them tan lines. That's a permanent wife beater. You ain't never seen nothing like that. Been having this invisibility beater on for 16 years. I keep it clean though. to see everybody talking about Portland. You know Portland's the grand finale of the night.
What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. Where do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. I said if we don't get it, shut it down. What do we want? Justice. Where do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. Where do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. I said if we don't get it, shut it down. Say shut it down. 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 Black lives matter. 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 Justice. don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of
Knife and tap on you. and brown or what? Everybody's getting out their cars. Plug in. Everybody getting out their cars.
Let's circle it.
Come on, bro, don't be weird.
Come on, y'all. Let's circle it.
We at the park on Brown Street where they started at. Buckham Park on 8th and Brown. not affiliated with none of those groups.
We need everybody to come on this way. No, we need everybody to come this way.
Yeah.
We need everybody to really come this way. See if everybody listening. Then when we go and
Yeah.
silent and come in a circle.
Yeah.
That's it. Not doing too much. That's what you're not here.
Amen.
You're not here for that. You at the wrong group.
Baby.
You at the wrong group. My brother, hey, my brother.
He drunk, bro.
Yeah, he
Brother,
drunk.
come on, brother, step up.
He got his good, whatever.
So today is the anniversary of the 1967 Milwaukee riot.
We just come together and protest like we not affiliated with Black Lives
It
Matter.
was one of
We just want
159
change.
race riots that swept cities in the United States during what became known as the long hot summer of 1967.
Yeah, fuck.
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, African American residents outraged by the slow pace in ending housing discrimination and police brutality began to riot. The 7 Milwaukee riot was a historical tipping point. Milwaukee communities had long been segregated when Alderwoman Belle Phillips, the first woman in African American to hold the position, proposed the first fair housing ordinance in March of 1962. She continued to introduce fair housing proposals over the next 5 years. 4 times they were defeated by the city council. By the summer of 1967, tensions continued to escalate and protests became increasingly common, including multiple demonstrations outside the private homes of city aldermen. Mayor Henry Mayer, the city council, and the school board refused to address civil rights grievances while relations between the police and the residents worsened. Around midnight on the evening of July 29th, a fight broke out between 2 black women outside the St. Francis Social Center on the corner of 4th and Brown Street, which we walked by right at the beginning of the road. A crowd of 350 spectators gathered, and when police arrived to respond to the disturbance, the crowd began to throw rocks at police vehicles. Soon more police came dressed as riot gear. Some property damage was done, but the crowd was quickly dispersed. By 10 p.m. the following day, July 31st, a crowd of 300 were throwing Molotov cocktails at stores owned by white residents, starting fires and looting. The police reacted with violence, and the mob reacted in turn. More fights broke out around 3rd Street, and shootings were reported on Center Street, along with the area from West State Street to West Burleigh Street. Looting broke out, multiple shootings occurred, and more fires were set. By 2 a.m., the mayor declared a state of emergency and imposed a citywide curfew, which took effect at 3:40 a.m. At the mayor's request, the National Guard was activated. Sounds kind of familiar again. By August 4th, things started to calm down. In total, the rioting resulted in 3 to 4 deaths, 100 injuries, and 1,740 arrests. Fast forward to August 27, 1967. The local NAACP, led by Father James Groppe, held a march of about 100 into a white neighborhood in protest of the city's housing laws. The following day, Groppe addressed a meeting of supporters at St. Boniface Church and prepared them for what was likely to come. And I quote, "If there is any man or woman here who is afraid of going to jail for his freedom, is afraid of getting tear gassed, or is afraid of..."
Could he finish?
Or is afraid of dying, you should not have come to this meeting tonight.
There you go. Amen.
On August 29th, the curfew was lifted, and Groppe led 200 members of the Milwaukee NAACP on a march out of the inner city towards Kosciuszko Park, in an area predominantly inhabited by white residents. Talk to your family. Let's keep this momentum going.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I think most of you know that Father came from. So I'm going to add a little bit to your story, some key details. First thing is, I think we need to be very careful about when we use the word riot. Because that is a racist term. That first night when they crossed the bridge, 200 protesters meeting an angry white mob on the other side who were out of control, throwing bricks, throwing light bulbs. Throwing bags of urine, yelling
Ninth
all
and Brown.
manner of horrible things.
Carver Park.
They arrived at the park, and the officers came to my
Say
father and
Beckham
said,
Park.
"Say your prayer, Father, we can't hold it back." One of the marchers was a little girl by the name of Pam Sargent, not more than 9 or 10 years old at the time, hit in the head with a brick. She still has this scar. And there was no med truck in those days. She finished that march bleeding from the head. And when they returned from the march, they found the Freedom House on fire. And who started that fire? The police. They claimed there was a sniper on the roof. They threw the tear gas canister inside the house and burned the house down. The next night they decided to march again. And that makes me feel good. And I think it's another example of inequitable treatment by the police. When the police are following 200 peaceful protesters and they're doing nothing to control an angry white mob. No curfew was called. No state of emergency was issued by the mayor. The National Guard was not called out. The real history of rioting in this city is a history of white people rioting on the south side to protect segregation. That's just what I wanted to say.
Y'all give it up for Drew and Christine, dog. You gotta love somebody like Gangsta Wayne, dog. You gotta love somebody like Gangsta Wayne. Original and organic. I love it. Not only the revolution. They say keep your eyes on the prize. They used to say keep your eyes on the prize for a reason, because there were so many things that was happening during the movement in the civil rights era. It was so easily to be distracted. You can't allow things to come in and shift your eyes away from the prize. Be mindful that we're in a community that's hurting, that's grieving. Be mindful that when we cross other communities, we're in communities that don't want us there. You got to stay focused and you got to know why you're here. And instead of excluding people like Gangsta Wayne, we find more ways of inclusion with people like Gangsta Wayne. Because we're going to walk in all type of blocks, and everybody is not you know what I'm saying, organized protesters. We organize. We've been doing this for 67 days. We know a thing or two. Everybody who's going to join these protests is like the traffic when they join from the hood. They don't know that we want them to bubble out. They don't know that we want them to stay in one line. We got to educate them. Let them know what we want. Don't attack. Stop attacking people. Because you attack people, you're going to lose people. And I don't want to be on the side with the people that's against the other people. don't make them wrong. It don't make them wrong. Alright?
Yeah.
Keep your mind open, man. What we got here? Long live the revolution. You got any announcements? Any announcements? Yeah, come on, step on that. Alright, go. Just want to say one thing. You've heard enough people revolution, right? Anybody got any announcements? Anybody? Hold on, wait a minute. One voice, please. Let's clear the circle, please. Clear the circle. Hey. Let's stop a silent show. Let's stop a silent show.
Okay. Let's stop the silence, y'all. David and I are going to make this announcement jointly because we were... Okay, so what did Brother Khalil just say?
I am the prize.
Yeah.
He just said it 5 seconds ago.
Don't attack me.
So we need to make sure that we are staying focused and not being distracted
Yeah.
by what's going on. Okay. So David and I are going to say this jointly because he and I went earlier this morning. The FBI had a meeting, and we were invited to attend that meeting to be able to hear some of their concerns, to hear partly why they want us to be able to come together and to be able to hopefully fix the situation. While we were there, unbeknownst to us, Chief Morales was present. And Chief Morales was very defensive. I'm just going to be transparent. He was very defensive. He used trigger words such as being the victim, such as being attacked, such as feeling that he and the police department are not getting credit. But we just didn't allow him to say that. We pushed back.
Yeah.
And informed him that he and the officers are not victims.
Yeah. We are.
We are the victims.
We are.
They the
That
oppressors.
he and police officers have not been attacked. We have been attacked.
Yeah.
That he and the police officers don't need credit. They're doing their job. We should get the credit.
Ready. Yes.
And when you are in positions such as themselves, you should stand ready for what's to come.
Yeah.
Your job is to protect and serve the people,
Right.
not to be in that position to want to be receiving credit. If you want to receive credit, then you need to get a different job.
Right.
And sometimes you're going to have to take some bruises. Sometimes you're going to take some criticism. And so you just got to take it.
Yeah.
But the bigger picture of this is the accountability and making sure that obviously justice is served. But then the next phase of that is ensuring that there is some type of implementation plan that the people are a part of as far as citywide public safety. And how can different people from diverse groups, sectors come together to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Most of that conversation when he was saying was how he, how I, how we, meaning the police department, have created this, have done that. But the missing point of that is that has nothing to do with what the people have brought forth to the table. The people aren't aware of that. The people haven't had a voice. The demands really haven't been put forth to where you can really make a change. Stay focused, y'all. Stay here.
Yeah.
They'll deal with that.
This is important.
And so our message in that was to, one, try to seek some answers, but then also move towards how can we, once we get the justice, how can we then work to have a community that's going to work for all of us?
Yeah.
And so that's what we need to have on our minds. Because while we're going to get the justice, I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
We're going to get it.
But we also have to think larger. It's not thinking harder, it's thinking smarter. We have to think 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
That once we do seek what we are initially getting, that there's more to it. Because at the end of the day, people are still struggling. People are still frustrated. And so the convictions, the charges, being in jail, that's going to be good. But that doesn't mean that's going to weed out all of the problems. And so we have to work collectively and work strategically to make sure that we are working beyond just that. And so I'm going to pass it off to David. So, like I said, this is joint. We are a tag team here to make sure that he's providing his perspective of what happened in this meeting as well. And we ain't the feds, y'all. So we just want y'all to be real. We want to be real fair. They patted me real down, real good. I couldn't take no phones in there. I had my iPad to take notes. They wouldn't let me take none of that stuff in there. So just want y'all to be clear. I'm on the people's side all day, every day. But at the same time, when I'm invited to these tables, I'm going. Because we have to be present. And we also have to create our own tables. So the other piece, latter piece of that, and I'm gonna shut up. The latter piece of that, while this meeting was at the FBI building in St. Francis, my request was, if we're really intentional about wanting to make this change, and we want to bring people outside of myself, because to be honest, I sit from a place of privilege because of what I do for my profession. But I shouldn't be the only one at the table. But when these tables are had, when these conversations are had, they need to be in a place where it's inviting and where it's comfortable. And right now, the trust isn't there between law enforcement and people, between those who represent the intelligence community, who back and support law enforcement. So I'm not going to invite y'all to come to the FBI building. I'm going to say we need to have it on our ground, neutral ground.
Yes.
So when you come to us, and you be able to have the conversation with us. Okay? Make sense? Because when we come to y'all can control the atmosphere. And the whole point of this is for us to put the power back to the people. Put the voice back to the people. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
First off, I'm glad she broke the rules and invited me to this meeting. I wasn't even invited to.
I did. I broke the rules. Because he wasn't invited. And I said, if I'm going,
he going.
Second off, I think it's important to point out that you had a number of chiefs there of other police departments. The FBI is trying to have a role because they feel like they're actually in the middle. They're not. They're directly on the ground police.
Can't hear you.
This way.
Walk up.
They're not. It's my voice too. My voice. They're not on the side of directly with the police, and they feel like they still come from the communities that they serve in. So they're trying to create a conversation in a space to talk about law enforcement and community. So when we went there, we went to question them on several things. One, the federal agents that supposedly would be sent by the Trump administration. There was some clarity, but not full insight on, if these officers are going to be engaging in that activity. They claim that they're not supposed to be here engaging in activity following us or surveillancing us or interrogating us, sweating us. But they did say that there are existing multi-agent collaborations, agency collaborations that they already work on. They also, with Chief Morales being there, he talked about 40 years of reform. And he said, and then 2.5 years ago, they implemented more reform. And they were working with the ACLU and their lawsuit agreement and all these other things. And we have to remind them how many people died in the last 40 years. we have to remind him how much lack of progress, lack of change has happened.
They killed somebody last night.
So we have to put them on the spot. Are you using your agencies to actually protect us? Because right now there is a real threat to our lives. There are people around the country that are being shot, hit with cars, that are being hurt in protests. And these agencies have the chance and the power and the resources to make sure that if there is a threat planned to hurt us, that they actually address it and they actually stand on top of it. So that's what we went there to talk to them about today. And I think we left that meeting with a lot more questions than answers. But one of the things that we do get the chance to hear is just directly from the mouths of these folks in law enforcement to see if they really are on the side of actually progress or if they just want to keep the status quo. And right now, I can tell some people in the room actually want progress. And I can definitely tell some people in the room definitely still want the status quo. Just know that the work that you guys are all doing for this era, for this, is more than a moment, it's a movement.
Yes.
And the work that you're doing right now, and just today, they just buried John Lewis. Right? We are engaged in good trouble for a reason. Necessary good trouble. And these officers, these law enforcement agencies were like, hey, we're here to for a civilized society, right? And you know, that's what you try to justify why you need permits to.
We were like, wrong.
Why you need permits to protest? And he's saying it's for our safety. And we saying, no, we don't need protests. We don't need permits for protests. Actually, for your safety. The safety of this future of this country and this state and this community that we're demanding has to change. And no, we don't need a permit to do that. We already got the Constitution. And we don't have to work directly with law enforcement just to make that happen. But at the end of the day, some people get it, and some people don't.
Yeah.
And the more work that we do out into the community, and I love the fact that, like, you know, we're going through some communities, like, but people love us. They see us. They showing love. Some of them are trying to get hope again if they actually should believe that change is possible. We should notice that. And it's just important for us to bring it all back home that the power that they have platforms. They should be talking about how wrong it is for somebody to come out of their house with an M16 and just stand there while we walking by peacefully. Right? While people need to calm down when they're on the road. And they gotta wait 10 minutes. Because 10 minutes of their life is so much of an inconvenience. They gotta try to rush through with their car and try to hit somebody. I need them to use their platform for that. I'm gonna need you to use your agency for that. Y'all getting in press releases and press conferences with law enforcement, and they talking about everything, but they not calling that out because that is a direct threat to our lives when we out there. And God forbid, and I'm praying against it, that any one of us get hurt out here.
Amen.
Because we gonna ride for each other. And they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that.
And they most definitely tried to make it clear that they wanted to box in what protesting is supposed to look like. And we pushed back on that too. That you don't define what protesting looks like. We're here at this meeting because of your lack of accountability for your abuse of power. So therefore you don't tell us, you don't give us permission as to how we protest. Fix your situation. Hold those raggedy cops accountable. Hold them. And just like you think it's bad people out here, it's bad cops out here.
Preach.
The question is asked, do you guys think that all cops are bad? Yeah, it's some bad cops out there. And they're abusing their power.
That's right.
And you're allowing it to happen.
And you a bad cop too.
It's happening under your watch. So until you weed out your colleagues, we gonna keep marching. Until these people are held accountable, we gonna keep protesting. And no, you don't get to tell us what we have to do around it.
How we do it.
tell you.
So if you got a problem with it, you're going to keep having a problem with it until the system is changed. And we're here to be the change makers of that system.
Yes.
So until y'all fix the situation and take some responsibility and stop whining about what's going on, fix it.
That's right.
And we holding you to that. For years, we keep talking about the same thing. Now it's time for that same thing to be changed. We can't keep talking about the same thing anymore. So that was our perspective on it. So just know that we were in there asking the hard questions and pressing them, and making them uncomfortable for a change.
Yeah.
Instead of it being the reverse. I felt like somebody out of there when we came up out that meeting.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Black and white.
Because they asking us for, well, what do you think next? What do you want to do next? We done already told you, do it.
We done told you what we want.
You know what I'm saying? So we reversing the roles here. And that's what this is all about. But we just have to make sure that we're being consistent, that we're doing our part when we're out here. And that means we're keeping our message the same. So that way they won't get distracted, because now they're going to continue to look. They're going to continue to look. We made it very known, very clear that we out here protesting. And we're not going to stop. And we're not going to tell anybody out here to stop, to protest. And we're not going to tell you how to do it. It's not on their conditions, it's on our conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want justice.
All right, make some noise.
Indict, convict, send them kids down to jail. The whole damn system Make some noise for all the women, the kids down, come on up here. She's still with us, y'all. The whole day. And bring your nephews up here. Easy for her nephews. Revolution. Look at this. Long live the revolution.
Long live.
That's the sound of your nephew.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
God bless you all. I am so honored to be here with you
Amen.
all. And I wanted to say thank you again for holding me accountable. Thank you for bringing me to the love circle. And thank you for showing me what you do. My feet hurt, but I feel like I've been on a campaign trail, so I think it's all right.
Amen.
And the campaign is the people's revolution, right? The
Yeah.
campaign is making sure that we change the system, we change the narrative, that we make sure that the police are held accountable for the work, for the issues that they're creating in our community. So I am just, again, honored. I want to say that I had a couple of conversations while I was out today, and one of the things that I'm hoping that we can do together is a campaign to write all the alderpersons when you're in their district and you have police brutality issues coming in, along with basically police brutality that is happening while you're marching. Email that particular alderperson what has happened, and then CC on the other alders. I think going back as far as when you started marching, 63 days ago.
Yes.
67 days ago. Go back and let us hear those stories. Let us know where you were and what you dealt with. And let's make that campaign that when you get the time, and I would say every night, when somebody be the lead on this, write us, let us know. We need to know your stories from the ground. We need to know your stories in the field. And I just want, I'm honored. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. God bless you all, and thank you for having me again. I will be back.
I see she got her walking shoes on today, too, y'all. She's telling the war. Oh, and she wrote a new statement. And she wrote a new statement just like she said she would. Too many honest people don't keep their word nowadays. So, I mean, y'all might not agree with the first one, because I started it. And that's okay. And that's okay. But guess what? She was real enough to say, man, I jumped the gun. And then real enough to say, let me fix my issue. I fucks with a motherfucker like that. I can't fuck with
everybody who's not willing to accept that they need some growth and development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pass the board one and check out this new statement.
Yeah.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Uh-huh.
The statement is, keep marching.
Yeah.
Statement from Alderwoman Nakia Dodge, July 29, 2020. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to engage with local and community activists that have participated in 62 days of protesting since the horrific events surrounding George Floyd's death. Just as I stood before my constituents to hear their concerns about what troubled them when the activists visited their neighborhood, I made myself available to listen to the activists, some of whom are constituents, to hear their stories of how some of them lost their loved ones after encounters with police.
Yeah.
With tears in their eyes, they shared their personal stories, frustrations with the justice system, and policing policies that remind them of the racist Chief Breyer days. Families who have lost loved ones at the hands of police brutality should not have to wait any longer for justice. Looking at the overall totality of my statement from Monday, it was damaging, dangerous, and inaccurate. The movement was not meant to be convenient for anybody, nor was it meant to harm those standing for change. Protests are a First Amendment right, and no one has any right to tell someone how to participate in civil disobedience. The protests that have been going on for 62 strong days are peaceful and filled with love. I have always been a strong advocate and voice for the oppressed, and I will continue to stand up for my black and brown brothers and sisters. My meeting with activists was the first step in opening the lines of communication and understanding how we can best work together to achieve a common goal of peaceful communities where all are treated fairly and police are held accountable. We are all growing and learning through this experience. I am no exception.
Yeah, yeah.
And when things come up, the problem is sometimes people don't want to come to the circle and actually squash it.
Uh-huh.
So it exists. So I know that a number of people felt something struck a chord when you felt and heard the first statement. And I know, for instance, Tia, for instance, definitely felt a type of way because it was something that really struck a chord with the work she was doing out here and how it affects her people. So I want to give her the space.
We don't want to go on and on about that.
No, no, I'm saying respectfully. That's what I'm saying. She represents the people that feel that way and can say, this is what I want to see so that we can end this and then build next. But from the original statement. So no. I'm just saying.
We done with that. We moving forward.
Yeah.
Move forward!
Move forward.
Move forward!
Move forward.
Okay. I'm saying everybody got to move forward.
We all got to
Yeah.
move forward.
We all.
The circle is to be
Get it up on. That's all I'm saying, bro.
How do we get in contact with you?
Well,
Come on now. Order. Come on now. Sister for silence, y'all. Come on now. Y'all done had a whole space with announcement. Come on now. Let's move forward. She did her thing.
yeah. Yeah.
She read her letter like she said she was going to do. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Olivia, come here, sister. I love you. Come here, sister. We love you.
Yeah.
Olivia Carl is a freedom fighter. She's fighting day and night. That's right. And she gonna be fighting day and night until she get it right. That's right. So whose side are you on, my sister? Whose side are you on?
We on the freedom side.
Whose side are you on, my sister?
Lord. Hey, y'all, it's good to see y'all again. Once again, thank y'all for coming out. Day 63.
Yeah.
Day 63,
Day
y'all.
63.
Get up for yourselves.
Yeah.
So, I ain't got much to say, y'all. I'm just forever grateful for y'all coming out. Forever grateful for y'all coming out and doing y'all things, y'all. I hope y'all continue to do what y'all do. I stated before, I can't attend every march. I can't be out here, but when I'm out here, I'm representing all three families. That's right, sis. Malvin Cole, Jay Anderson, and Antonio Gonzalez. All killed by Joseph Mensa. Once again. And I'm going back to school in 2.5 weeks. So, part of me wanted to stay back, of course. But over a few days, I've been home. I've been thinking. I'm like, my little brother would have wanted me to finish. And I am in my senior year. So why not? You know, and I do plan on marching while I'm there. I plan on bringing a whole campus behind me while I'm there. So just believe it ain't stopping because I'm gone.
Amen.
Right? So that's what I'm getting prepared for, my departure and everything. So like I said, you ain't gonna see me all the time, but when you do, I'm here, y'all, representing y'all. Long live the revolution, y'all.
Long live the revolution.
Love you. Hey, I love you. Hey, y'all know justice is about business, right?
Yeah.
You know justice is a business agenda. You know the fans don't come to meetings like they just were talking about with their feelings. They're not coming there talking about what I feel like nothing.
Yeah.
They're coming in there saying this,
and that.
and this. Okay? Y'all got to know the difference. This is a politics game. Justice is a political game. And if you don't understand politics, then you can't get justice. Because they will outbeat you, because they're going to exhaust you, because you're too emotional.
Yeah.
You got to put your feelings in your pocket, man. We got to put your feelings in your pocket, man. Yeah, I'm mad as hell, too.
Amen.
Yesterday, when the brother Justin was talking about Ernest Lacy, oh my goodness, broke my motherfucking heart. But guess what I did? I stepped out the circle, got my shit together, and came back to the circle.
Yeah.
Y'all need to do that shit too. Y'all doing too much. Put your feelings in your pocket, man.
Yeah.
We out here for justice. Everybody not out here for that other stuff that you out here for. When we say circle up, we got the gangs up on the cars, whoever you are, I'm not pointing fingers, but I'm pointing fingers. Okay? Whoever you are. That's part of the problem. Because you're missing the memo. Stop missing the memo. The memo is justice. Okay? That's what I want to say. Any other announcements?
I got two. Yeah, he got two.
No mental health.
No, it ain't that. It ain't that.
All right, y'all. So y'all know the People's Revolution is going to D.C. And so to try to help lower the cost for the D.C. trip, Mama Rose, raise your hand right over here. She's hosting a raffle. So there's going to be members. There's going to be people coming around with tickets. They're going to be $3. And then the first prize is going to be a 70-inch TV. The second prize is a $100 gift card. And the third prize is a $50 gift card. So there's going to be members of the Corps walking around with tickets. And if you want to purchase them, the raffle is going to be on August 9th. So the last day to participate is August 7th. And then there's going to be the drawing on August 9th. It's going to be an event at the Kansas Pilot House. So if you want tickets, you can contact Mama Rose or Mariah. I don't know if she's out here or not, but if you want to go to D.C. with us, also for those that don't know, we are going to Washington, D.C. for the 57th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. So if y'all want to come on and support, we y'all have any questions, just contact Mariah.
Come on, lady.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if y'all heard. Yep. They got a mask mandate that's going to be happening on Saturday. They will be giving out fines between like $500, something like that. So if you're in a public space within 6 feet of people, make sure you wear a mask. They will be mandating that. I'm trying to look out for y'all. So because you know they're going to be looking for reasons to come after us. That's first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outdoors as well. If you're outdoors and within 6 feet of somebody and y'all not household members together, it counts.
Yeah.
Also, I just looked it up. Also, when it comes to voting and the voting on August 11th, for people that aren't working and can use income, you can go to Milwaukee.gov for they're looking for people to help with the polls. So since we want to make sure we get the people in the right place, go out there, help.
Can I see that shirt?
Where's my shirt?
To our people.
Appreciate it.
Yep, okay, we'll do that, and they pay them $230 for that day. So y'all can get some money in your pocket doing that, and make sure they don't take money out your pocket not wearing a mask out here. Be safe, love y'all.
Yeah.
We love you too. Oh, Lee, don't forget to check in.
Hey, Lee, check in. For those of y'all who don't know, check in with Lee. Hey, we got a bunch of first timers out here today. I've seen a bunch of them. All the first timers, can y'all put y'all hands in the air for me, please? Y'all first day out here. First day out here.
Come on in the front. Come in the front, P.
Hey, step on in the circle. Y'all first day, step in the circle.
Tatiana!
And Mariah gonna sing her favorite song for y'all. Her favorite voice. I'm gonna let Mariah do it. Mariah do it better. My voice is too hard.
Hey, how y'all feeling?
Pals, y'all.
Okay, where the first timers at? I know it's some more though.
We at the Ferguson Dope House.
The Ferguson Dope House. Ferguson Trap House.
Look at all you look at. You get everything you need for a fix right there. Everything you need for a fix. Anything that look like poison is in this cabinet. And everything you need to use it too. They got the blunts, the needles, the.
Hey, they got some blinds. Let me go back. They got the weed too.
Probably baking soda. Everything. They got everything in there. All right, Real SCL News, we're going to go ahead and cut this live feed. We're going to hold it down, anything kick off. We out here. Real SCL News, Amir, reporting live from Ferguson Market. We're gonna kill this live feed for a few minutes. Ferguson Dope and Liquor. Okay, so the name has been changed. They just indicated to me that it's Ferguson Dope and Liquor. Real SCL News. We out here.
with police in riot gear. Police circling the protesters, and that cop's driving down the wrong side of the road. Were you out last night?
Black Lives Matter!
Did you live stream the counter protesters?
We didn't actually get a chance to. We were out and about.
Did you guys get footage from Saturday?
Yeah, Trey Stewart.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Where are we walking to? Black Lives Matter! I don't know the answer to. They don't know.
Black Lives Matter!
Okay, well, I got some of Trey's footage. That's awesome. What's your food? Oh, you're a group trip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I seen you yesterday.
Wasn't out here.
Oh, you're not out here? Oh, I thought you were just on stuff. It shows live yesterday.
I mean, it's sad, like, in I'm sad that I wasn't there to, like, talk to him and get more, like, were you out there?
Yeah.
I didn't realize because where you seen me before is up in Portland.
Oh, really? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I've seen you start outside of up in Portland.
Okay, I was gonna
So
say.
we're always really tired and it's like super late at night.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Do you know what day this is? This is like day 64, right? 60, 65?
Since Floyd, since the
Yeah,
George Floyd
since the
murder, I
protest.
think it's like 64 or 65, yeah, something like that.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Our streets! 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 Our streets!
Where's Trey at now? Is he in Portland?
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
taking the vote.
I think it's gonna be here this evening, but I think like last time I saw him at 3 p.m. he was trying to decide whether he was gonna come here. So.
Yeah, I saw he was trying to change his tire again.
Yeah, he got his car fixed and everything. He got his car fixed. Yeah, he's just off one right now.
Oh, really? Is she have you talked to her? Is she alright?
I have not spoken to her personally. I know that she's alive. I know that she's pretty beat up. So.
Oh, yeah.
Black Lives Matter! 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 No peace! Black Lives Matter! 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 I almost choked on that one. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Keep your mask on, we're yelling. Black Lives Matter! 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 No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Whose street? Our street! 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 No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Yo, everyone saw it happen to Ty, right? We don't want none of that happening today, please, okay? We don't want none of that happening today. Black Lives Matter! 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 No peace! No peace! No peace! Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
About half in the center of the group here. Just for perspective.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
So we'll have you guys take the lead.
I haven't said yet, but if you're on this and you haven't yet, go ahead and share. Share any groups you're in, or tag people, tag friends and family in the comments.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
Oh, there are 250 cops. That's the guy with the camera from yesterday. There are undercover cops following us too who aren't uniformed. Again, not uniformed and not identifiable as police officers in unmarked cars. If you don't believe me, you can refer to my stream yesterday from Springfield, from Thurston, Oregon. That cop was behind the line with the other police with a camera videotaping. They also had another cop back there with a GoPro videotaping. We don't have an escort. He's driving in front of us, I believe, to keep parked to stop traffic. But yesterday they were there with barricades to keep us from going out into the roads. I believe the other roads. They just had it like blocked off and looped back to where we started.
It's just protest.
Got someone from inside their house. With the window open. Yelling, "All lives matter."
No peace! No peace!
Whoever lives. Right there in that window. Some more cops. I was on the corner of C Street and Pioneer Parkway. This guy's shirt's pretty cool. Hey, that's on Facebook. I should make those shirts for the trolls. police station.
I was just trying to show everybody. No, I get it. I don't mind. I asked my brother Mike Rose to be here today because he's a former member and he's got a very strong voice. And they're fully appreciative of what you guys are doing. He's a little passionate sometimes. We all get lost in passion. Trust me, I have myself. I do every single day. But it's about bringing our community members back, showing them the respect of their voice, hearing them out, and making sure we're protecting our community as a whole. All right? With that being said, I want to give the floor open to my brother Mighty Moses. Right there. Still waiting on it. Anyways, what I wanted to talk
Giving people the ability to
what they will experience, me being held accountable back in 2013 for an assault charge, which was a male-on-male crime at a basketball court. Let me give you a little insight of what happened to me really quickly. We had a basketball altercation playing at the UofO rec. 2 male. My dad, who was in this crowd, you won't believe it's my dad. He's my blood father. He's got the green shirt on. Look at him. Yeah, right here. I had hands put on me. I finished the fight the only way I know how to. I got too aggressive. I broke this individual's jaw, and I was held accountable to pay this individual back $18,000. Now, I work every single day, and I paid every single week back before I received any type of community donation from my members club. I paid my debt back tonight. Do you know who has to pay back crime? My own daughter, of why daddy doesn't have enough money to put food on the table and he needs to leave on the shoulders of a strong black woman to help our families succeed. It's women like that of color that help our brothers in this society. Alright? I wouldn't be here if I didn't have that up on our brothers and sisters of vanilla or chocolate. We need these people held accountable. Today is a beautiful day to do that. Springfield. Where is the accountability? Where's your moral? Where's your virtue? I see all these things on your internet that you provide, but you're not protecting and serving the people you sworn in to protect. If the counter-protest is for people, the protest is for people as well.
incarcerated. He pulled the American flag and threw it on the ground. He's charged with vandalism and assault and property damage. That didn't happen. There's a few of you here that are pretending to be like one of us. We love you still. And I appreciate you over here, brother. I love you. Because a few weeks ago, we were at a different level. But you know what? Each and every one of you, please keep passing love. When they hate us, love them back. Yeah. Website or NAACP website, fill out an incident report if you were there or if you witnessed something with your eyes. They have a blanket of protection that have been in this country for years, and they're willing to help out black unity, they're willing to help out white people, they're willing to help out anybody. It's all about the protection of the people that are out there fighting for rights. They're willing to help you, and they need people to fill out these incident reports so they can have their top lawyers do these cases pro bono to help our communities out. So please, if you're not here tonight and you're streaming live, ACLU or NAACP, there is an area you can fill out an incident report. I know it sounds very police and very cool, but fill it out so we can actually get some accountability, because you know what? You know what? Black people say fuck it. White people will sit there for years until your ass goes to jail. So we gotta play the same game. Stop saying fuck it, get on there, write an incident that you saw that made you offended, and hold these people accountable and be in there for the long run, because this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Let's go, my people all over.
Oh, it's humid out here. Someone asked where the counter protesters are. There's a couple of them following us around, but I think most of them didn't want to walk or drive behind us. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, Steven? Yeah. How's it going? Oh yeah, good seeing you.
What's
Now, guys, his body was mangled. It was
I have a mask on and
you can barely recognize
no symptoms. Not that I don't have it. I guess it could be asymptomatic, but
that was released was so shocking. Even white people who treated them like dogs were appalled by this photo. And now what I need you to do is get educated. Because knowledge is power. If you don't have the knowledge, then you can't confront anyone who's coming at you with negativity, with violence. If you have knowledge, you have the power to get to them on their level. And that's why reading and why doing your research is so important. You just need to be knowledgeable. Not only that, if you know a little thing about a brother, maybe then you'll see him as a friend instead of an enemy. So when I say, how many people will they kill? How many people will they kill? Michael B. and Emmett Till. How many people will they kill? Michael B. and Emmett Till. How many people will they kill? Michael B. and Emmett Till. How many people will they kill? Michael B. and Emmett Till. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No slow down in the front a little bit, please. Hey, tell them in the front, slow down a little bit, please.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
Whose street?
Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. No peace. No peace.
And this protest that didn't exist before. They stayed up by the grocery store they started at. Now I live stream. No peace. I'm heavily involved in the movement. No peace. About
no peace.
6 weeks to get there.
No peace.
They're not.
No peace.
They gained another
no peace
over the course of 4 or 5 weeks.
No peace.
Up over and over again. So I disagree with you. Got similar stories.
Black lives matter. Black trans 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 lives matter. Violence. 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 Silence is violence. 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 Violence.
We just left the police station.
Violence. 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 Violence.
Not really. No, you'd be surprised.
Black disabled lives matter. Black disabled lives matter. Black disabled lives matter.
letting people drive by and go home.
Isn't it right? 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 Isn't it right?
Hey, what's up, guys? It looks like Portland has started their nightly routine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut down this feed just in case there's any copyright flags, and then we're gonna go back up in a couple minutes with Portland. That way, you know, the whole day's worth of streaming didn't go to waste. If you're not following or subscribed, make sure you do that so you get the notification when we go live here in a couple minutes.
Hey everyone new, thanks for joining. Be sure to share and follow the page, stay updated. Currently under 126 Bridge in Springfield, Oregon. Police are standing by behind us while we have a group of protesters here